Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are all doing well. You know that my name is Tapas Kumar Basu. Today also I have come up with a new video about the analysis of Nifty 50. In the last week I was not able to publish my video as I was busy with other activity. Extremely sorry for that. Hopefully from this week onwards I'll be able to continue about the technical analysis of Nifty 50. Before I go to the technical analysis of Nifty 50, let me show the chart first. Nifty. This is the daily candlestick chart of Nifty 50, right? So you know that candlestick really plays a very vital role as far as trading is concerned. Lot of traders are using particular these tools and making a huge profit, right? So candlestick is a very big subject, and today I have earlier have told you I will come up with a new video entirely about the candlestick, how the candlesticks to be utilized while executing the trade, right? But today I'm not explaining in details because it will take a lot more times. Now let me say some example, very beautiful example how particular this candlesticks works. You know, first of all, just I will have to highlight in this candle. You see on 28.6, this is we saw a very big bearish candle has formed, right? It's a very big bearish candle. All the red candles are to be termed as a bearish candle, and all the green candles are termed as a bullish candle, which I also told earlier. So this is a bearish candle, and very next candle is a bullish candle. But this candle has appeared in such a way as if it has engulfed the entire body of this candle. So which you technically call bearish engulfing pattern. If any bearish engulfing pattern occurs in the uptrend, which indicates the downside reversal. You see this is a clear, you see this is an uptrend, so you see it indicates a downside reversal. And the very next day we saw a gap down on 29th, and 30th also we say it closed lower, and the first is also we say it's closed. And the very next day we saw a different pattern of candle. This sort of candle we generally call as a hammer. Hammer generally constitute of a very small real body and with a long wick or tail. What do you say? This is a hammer. You know that hammer generally happens just end of the downtrend. You see this is an end of the downtrend over here. Then the hammer has appeared particular in this junction. So hammer generally indicates the upside reversal. So we saw the upside reversal. You saw on 22nd July. The Nifty was closed 15,722, and on 5th July Nifty opened 15,790. That was a gap up. This is as far as the candlestick pattern is concerned. So I gave you some token idea the way the candlestick generally works while executing the trade. So today I'm not going to elaborate. I'm not going to explain very elaborately about this particular candlestick, and next video definitely I will explain. I will come up with a new video as far as particularly on candlestick patterns are concerned. Now, what is the candlestick pattern in of the Nifty? You see the Nifty was closed on 16/7/21, 15,922. This is, you see, the red candle. It means I have told you this is a red candle because it has opened. You see it was opened on 15,958 but closed lower 15,923. As closer is lower than open, that's why it is to be called as a negative candle or bearish candle. You see this is a red candle. So as far as candlestick pattern is concerned in daily chart, this is a bearish candle. But now we cannot come to a conclusion, we cannot make any decision having seen only candlestick pattern. We have to also measure the momentum. How this momentum to be measured? For that, so we have to take a help from another indicator which is called the RSI, which is called relative strength index. Let me plot the RSI first. How does the RSI works and what the RSI says right now? See, let me plot the RSI. Relative strength index of 14 days relative strength index. Now I am plotting the RSI. You see this is an RSI. Okay, so make it bigger. This is an RSI. You know, so RSI generally lies between 20 and 70. 1 minute. Let me this way. This is RSI. I see the RSI. You see this is a 50. Below 50 is generally known as a bearish, and above 50 is generally known as a bullish. You see the RSI is above 50 what is the value of RSI? 62.39. So as the RSI stays above 50, which we technically call this is bullish. RSI is also bullish. But RSI, but also there is another thing which is also very important thing in the RSI, which we call the divergence. But there is a positive divergence, there is a negative divergence. Generally, when the positive divergence occurs, the traders basically makes an entry, and when the negative divergence occurs, basically they come out from the profit or they short the product. But as there is no divergence is over here, so I'm not going to explain you about the divergence. So as far as the RSI part is concerned, this is a bullish. Still, we will not take any conclusion without checking other parameter also. Let me check another parameter also, which is also a momentum indicator. This is a stochastic oscillator. Stochastic is a very important indicator. A lot of traders use the stochastic. By using stochastic, they are making huge in profit. Stochastic, this crossover plays a very vital role. In downside crossover, generally traders makes an entry, and upside crossover, they generally book the profit, they come out. Okay, they sort the product. You see, there are two lines of stochastic. The red one, which we call stochastics line, and dotted. This is called dotted line. When you see from the downside, if the red line escalates the dotted line from the downside, which indicates the bullish, which is this is the indication of bullish. So this is called the bullish signal. I mean, the people generally make an entry. Suppose it has intersects from here. As it has intersects from here, you could have make an entry from here, and where you could have booked, you could have booked the profit from here. You see, this red line, stochastic line, intersects below that this dotted line. Okay, this is a selling point. This is a bearish crossover. This is a bullish crossover. Generally, the trader basically use this crossover. During a bullish crossover, they make an entry, and during a bearish crossover, they generally come out. And also there is you see one other thing. There is one which we call double bottom formation. You see, there is one bottom, there is another bottom. So I'm not going to explain the double bottom formation because there is no proper double bottom formation over here. So when the double bottom formation appears, how the traders make an entry, how the traders book the profit, how this double bottom formation can be utilized, I will explain you once we saw the double bottom formation. At presently, there is no double bottom formation over here, so I'm not going to explain this. So you see now, if we see over here, you see this is a stochastic. You see here is a crossing point, right? So let me make a one vertical line over. This is a crossing point. This is a crossing point. You see that this line has just crossed this dotted line. So in the very last day, you just observe it, but you cannot make an entry. And the very next day you could have make an entry over here, that this area, this cross, you could have entry over here. Where you could have booked, you could have booked over here. So you could have booked over here. This this you could have booked over here. So you could have make an entry over here. You could have, what is the position? The 15,834, and here is the closing is the 15,879. What was the high? Suppose the high was 15,845. Here is the high was 15,893, around 70-80 points. Nifty lots is 75. If you would have taken in one lot, so you could have at least got 60-70 points. So this is the way basically people generally makes a trade. So as far as the stochastics part is concerned, stochastic is above 80. It means it is known as a bullish. So as far as stochastic is concerned, this is bullish. As far as RSI is concerned, this is bullish. Both the indicator are bullish. Now we have to measure the volatility of this index. How this volatility will be measured? To measure the volatility, we have to plot the ATR, which we call average true range. Let me plot the ATR, right? This is the average true range. We are plotting the ATR so that we can measure the volatility. Also, we have to check the volatility. This is also very important ingredient, right? You see, there is a average true range, right? But to measure the volatility, you have to also plot another parameter, that is moving average, 9 simple moving average. We have to also plot the 9 simple moving average. Now let me plot the moving average and 9 simple moving average. Just I am dragging this one over here. I have to go to the parameter. I have to change the then I'm making it 9. Then I have to change the color, because already red is there, so I have to make it blue. Now I have to click the OK. There is again OK. So you see, this is a this is a this is a, you see, this is a simple moving average, right? This is simple moving average. What is the value of this is this one, right? Around 275, right? If this is a moving average around 275, what is the ATR? If the ATR is less than less than or equal to average true range, which we technically call the less volatility, right? It means if the ATR is lower than this is called less volatility. If it is higher than this is called a high volatility. So it is lower than this is a less volatility. So as far as the volatility part is concerned, so it is good. This is less volatility, and both the indicators, stochastics and RSI, both are in a bullish area, right? Now also we have to go check another parameter, which is called a moving average crossover. If you go for a short term moving average, for short term moving average, you have to plot the two indicator, a moving average, different parameter would be, one is a 5 as a 20. So already I have plotted average. This is a 5 simple moving average, this is a 20 simple moving average. If the 5 simple moving average intersects the 20 simple moving average from downside, which we technically call a bullish crossover. This is a bullish crossover. So in short term, this is a bullish. In case of mid terms, what you have to do, you have to plot 20 simple moving average and 50 simple moving average. This is a 20 simple moving average, has already been plotted. Now I have to change, it has to be make it 50, right? Now I am making it, I have to changing the, going to parameter, changing it, just making 50, then I am applying it. Okay, close. You see, this is a 50 moving, this is a 50 moving average. You see this, this is a 20 moving average. If the 20 simple moving average intersects the 50 simple moving average from the below side, which we call, this is called a golden crossover. This is a right moment to make an entry. Suppose you see here is a particular, see, if anybody would have entered so this day you cannot just, it has crossed, not it has just crossed, this is the intersection position. The very next day you could have make an entry. What is the value of here? Nifty has closed 15,170. For example, you have taken a Nifty 15,170 something, then you could have booked where? Huge point you would have got. And actually when the 20 simple moving average intersects the 50 simple moving average from upside, then it will be your booking point. But anyhow, nobody wait for a long period. If you would have suppose if you would have entered particular this area, so naturally you could have booked from within this range, right? So this is as far as the moving average, this is moving average is concerned. So for short term, mid term also, this is a bullish crossover, right? As far as the long term is concerned, for that you have to plot 50 and 200. Already I have checked, the long term is also bullish. So as far as the moving average part is concerned, this is also a bullish. So now what we can see, now let me go to the once again the chart. So now this is I have also plotted a Fibonacci retracement, right? You see that as long as Nifty will trade above this zone, I mean what is that area is this is 138.2% of Fibonacci retracement. I mean 138.2% Fibonacci retracement, which is a golden ratio of Fibonacci. As long as it will trade above this particular zone, Nifty will be traded as bullish. Then it can go up to 16,200. But if it breaches down, then it may come up to where it may come up to this level, that is called 15,740. And what could be the range of upside and downside by this week? That by this week the upside can be the 16,100 to 200, and downside it may be 15,740. This could be the range by this week, right? This is as far as Nifty analysis is concerned. And to be very honestly, this video is a educational video. This video is not linked with any kinds of tips, any kinds of suggestion or recommendation. If anybody would like to trade, please do consult your own respective investment advisor and then take your own decision. And request all you to please do subscribe the channel and also share this channel to your near and dear ones which will definitely encourage me to bring lot more videos in near future. By saying this, I am going to sign up today's program. Have a great day.